It can rattle you all day when one small memory slip makes your heart ask a frightening question. You forget a simple word, or walk into a room and stop, and suddenly your mind goes somewhere dark. You were not just annoyed in that moment. You were scared by what the moment might mean. Maybe you laugh it off in front of someone else, but inside your stomach feels tight. Later, you replay it. You wonder if this is how something serious begins. You wonder if you should be worried. That private fear can be very lonely. It can sit beside you at breakfast and follow you into bed. Sometimes it starts with a name you know well, a neighbor, a grandchild's friend, a familiar actor on television. The name hangs just out of reach. You feel it there, but it will not come when you need it. Sometimes it happens in the kitchen. You open a cabinet and stand there, blank and still. You look at the shelves. You try to remember why you walked over. For a few seconds, nothing comes. Sometimes it happens with a story. You begin telling it, then stop halfway and lose your place. You can feel the silence around you. You worry someone noticed. You worry more than they do. Sometimes it happens after a bad night of sleep. Your head feels cloudy before the day even starts. You move more slowly. You search for words. You check the same thing twice because your confidence feels shaky. Sometimes it happens when you are tired, grieving, stressed, or dealing with pain you never fully escape. And because you know memory matters, every little slip can feel bigger than it really is. That is what fear does. It takes one moment and turns it into a whole future. If this fear has been visiting you quietly, stay with me for a little while. Take one slow breath. You do not need to solve your whole future in the next few minutes. You only need a calm place to look at this honestly. That is all we are doing here. Some memory changes can happen with normal aging. That part is true, even if it is not comforting. It can take longer to pull up a word. It can take longer to shift from one thought to another. You may need more time when there is noise, pressure, poor sleep, or too many things happening at once. Stress can make your mind feel crowded. Anxiety can make you doubt yourself before you even try. Grief can do it too. So can loneliness. So can a change in routine. Pain can drain attention. Some medications can leave you foggy. Too little water can make thinking harder. When your mind feels strained, small slips often show up more. Then fear rushes in and makes everything louder. So yes, some forgetfulness can be ordinary, but that does not mean every change should be brushed aside. There are some memory slips that deserve a closer look, especially when they keep happening or grow stronger. Not because panic helps, it does not, but because paying attention early is wise and kind to yourself. One slip to notice is repeating the same question again and again without realizing it. Maybe you ask what time the appointment is, then you ask again 10 minutes later. Maybe you tell the same story twice in one visit and do not remember saying it the first time. That is different from simply forgetting a word or losing your train of thought for a moment. A second slip to notice is forgetting recent conversations or recent events in a deeper way. Not just fuzzy details, not just a name that comes back later. I mean, the whole conversation feels missing. Maybe someone reminds you about a phone call and you truly cannot place it at all. Maybe a visit happened yesterday, but it feels strangely far away, like it never fully landed. A third slip to notice is getting mixed up in a place that should feel familiar. This can mean trouble following a route you have known for years, or feeling turned around nearby. Maybe you leave a store and suddenly hesitate. The parking lot feels unfamiliar in a way that surprises you. Maybe a usual drive feels confusing, even though you have done it many times before. A fourth slip to notice is trouble following steps in a task your hands and mind once knew well. It could be making coffee the usual way, paying a bill, using the washing machine. It could be standing over a simple recipe and feeling lost in the order of things. Everyone can have an off day, but when familiar steps start feeling strangely tangled, it matters. A fifth slip to notice is missing important things again and again, even with a routine in place. A bill goes unpaid, medication gets skipped, an appointment passes without you knowing it was today. One missed thing can happen to anyone. A growing pattern deserves attention, not shame. A sixth slip to notice is putting things in odd places and not being able to retrace them. Keys in the freezer, glasses in the sugar bowl, a wallet in the laundry basket. Now and then, tired people do odd things, but when it becomes frequent and deeply puzzling, notice it. A seventh slip to notice is losing simple words so often that everyday talking starts to feel hard. Not just one missing word now and then, I mean frequent stopping, circling, and struggling with common names. Maybe you look at a watch and cannot find the word. Maybe conversation feels harder than it used to. These signs do not automatically mean dementia. That is important to say clearly and calmly. But they are the kinds of changes you should not dismiss if they are growing, repeating, or changing daily life. The hardest part is often not the slip itself. It is the story your heart tells after it happens. You may think, I should not be like this. You may think, I cannot tell my family. You may start testing yourself during the day. Quiet little tests, names, dates, words, directions. You may notice every pause, every mistake, every blank moment, and that constant checking can exhaust you. Sometimes fear makes memory feel worse. You tense up and the next word hides even faster. You get embarrassed, then embarrassed about being embarrassed. It becomes a heavy cycle. If you know that feeling, ask yourself something gently. When does the fear get loudest for you? Is it at night, when the house is quiet? Is it after poor sleep or after a hard day? Is it when someone corrects you? Is it when you repeat yourself and see a look on a face? Just notice the answer. You do not need to judge it. You only need to see it clearly. Because once you see the pattern, the fear stops being one giant shadow. It becomes something you can track. And that is where calm begins, not with denial, not with panic, with honest noticing. One memory slip does not define your future. One hard day does not write the rest of your story. Even several slips do not tell the whole truth by themselves. Context matters. Patterns matter. Changes over time matter. That is why one of the kindest things you can do is stop treating each moment like a final verdict. Instead, begin looking for patterns over a few weeks. Write things down simply and calmly. Note what happened, when it happened, and what was going on around it. Did it happen after poor sleep, during stress, when you skipped lunch, during a rushed, noisy day? Did it happen once or several times in a short stretch? Did someone close to you notice it too? A small notebook can help more than you think. So can one page on the refrigerator. This is not about proving something scary. It is about giving yourself a clearer picture. Another helpful step is to lower the pressure you put on your mind during the day. When you rush, memory often slips more. When you do 5 things at once, details fall away. Try doing one thing at a time. Say it out loud if it helps. I am taking my pills now. I'm putting the keys in this bowl. I am writing Tuesday at 2. Simple words can steady the mind. They turn a blur into one clear moment. Another gentle support is protecting your sleep as much as you can. Poor sleep can make memory feel worse the next morning. It can make fear louder, too. If your nights have been rough, do not judge your mind too quickly the next day. Notice whether the fog lifts after rest. Notice whether your sharper mornings still feel like you. Another helpful step is building simple memory supports without feeling ashamed of them. Use a calendar you can see easily. Keep one notebook for important dates and tasks. Place keys in the same spot every day. Put pills where the routine makes sense. Set reminders if you need them. Writing things down is not failure. It is wisdom. You are not cheating your memory. You are supporting it the same way glasses support your eyes. Another caring step is staying mentally and socially engaged in small, steady ways. Talk with someone you trust. Read a little. Work a puzzle if you enjoy it. Take a walk and notice 5 things around you. Name them slowly. Let your mind stay involved with life. You do not need to prove your sharpness. You only need to keep your mind connected and active. And here's one more important step. If these changes keep growing, talk to your doctor. Especially if the slits are affecting safety, getting lost, medication, money, or everyday tasks. Bring your notes. Bring someone you trust if that feels easier. Let the conversation be calm and clear. That step is not giving up. It is taking yourself seriously in a healthy way. You deserve answers when something feels different. You deserve support before fear grows bigger than the sacks. Please remember this part. You are not foolish for being scared. You are not weak because a memory slip upset you. You are not broken because you noticed a change. You are a human being trying to make sense of something that matters deeply. Of course it touches a nerve. Of course it makes you wonder. Memory is personal. It holds names, stories, routines, and the little anchors of daily life. So fear can feel very close. But fear does not get the final word here. Attention, support, and honesty matter more. There is dignity in noticing a change. There is strength in asking for help. There is also hope in learning the difference between normal strain and something that needs a closer look. Sometimes the answer is more sleep, less stress, better routine, or a medication review. Sometimes the answer is simply hearing that one moment does not mean the worst thing. And sometimes the answer is getting checked early so you are not carrying the burden alone. Any of those paths is better than sitting in silence, afraid to say what you have been feeling. So the next time you forget why you opened the cabinet, pause before you panic. The next time a word hides from you, take one breath before you judge yourself. The next time a small slip happens, ask one better question. Not, is this the end of me? But, is this a pattern I should calmly notice? The question is gentler. It is wiser too, and it gives you room to respond with care. You do not need to pretend nothing is happening. You also do not need to assume the worst. There is a middle place, a steady place, a place where you can watch, support yourself, and speak up. That place is where peace begins to return, not all at once, but little by little. If this brought some calm to a fear you have been carrying alone, I am very glad you stayed. If you want, you can leave a simple comment like, "This helped me breathe." And if you'd like more gentle videos like this, you can like and subscribe. Most of all, be kind to yourself tonight. Your fear is real, but it is not the whole story.